Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. Today's Becky card reading is an interesting one. We are going to see what first impressions are you giving off lately, as well as like what your vibes are right now. Okay, so this is like a vibe check-in. In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different image. Choose the one that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so what first impression are you giving off lately? Okay, so we start off with the dragonfly here, which group number 1, this is definitely a change of pace for you. I am so used to you guys coming in with this bold, fiery energy, but with the dragonfly, it's got more of a delicate feel to it, to be honest. So instantly when I saw the dragonfly, I was like, okay, so I don't know about anybody else, but whenever I run across a dragonfly, it's almost like they sneak up on me. Okay, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden I'll like see in the corner of my eye or feel like this insect like, you know, land on me or something, and I'll jump. And then I'll realize an instant later, oh my gosh, that's a dragonfly. Like, it's not, some nasty insect. And then I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Like they just kind of elicit this, like, kind of like this, like, ooh, like it's a dragonfly. So I'm kind of getting the impression that, upon meeting you, it's almost like you kind of sneak up on people lately. Like one minute, like there will be nobody around this person, and then all of a sudden it's like you're either behind them or you're in front of them. Okay, so I'm getting that kind of feel when tapping into the dragonfly here. And it's kind of like, so you might take people by surprise, but it's like a pleasant surprise. Like, oh, it's you. Okay, like that kind of feeling. Or, oh, hey. Yeah, so anyway, and what's cool is like, let's take a look at what the dragonfly says. So it represents magic, okay? And for me, it's like spirituality as well. So, and it also says, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant. I am blessed. Okay, so yeah, let's claim that message, right? Like that's an amazing message. So I really do feel like that captures your overall energy right now, which is you guys truly wanting to let go and move on from your past and really start brand new. Like, it's like you're stepping into this new world, a new you, a new world, a new chapter, okay? In fact, I want to get the other cards out that wanted to come out with that. Okay, so yeah, so with this, it's kind of like, so the green is really standing out to me as well. So you guys are definitely, you have this energy like you're healing, you're moving past the past and really wanting to like expand your wings, metaphorically speaking, and just take off with life is what I'm getting. Like that's like your vibe, okay? Especially with the 6 of Swords here underneath it. So yeah, and with all the green, I just get healing and love vibes with that, like the heart chakra. So I feel like you guys more and more are coming from the heart, like with this new way of being. So now it's like the first impression that you give off. Some of you might have a twinge of sadness still, okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of will go back and forth and be different for all of you, but yeah, so there may be some days where it's kind of like, you're in your feels, and it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of a process. And people might get, like, some underlying sadness from you. I'm not even sure that they would be consciously aware of it. I don't feel like you guys really show that, even if you're feeling it. Okay, but either way, I'm overall though getting though it's really like you guys are really like stepping forward though and like putting your best self forward really at this point. You've definitely gone through some kind of a transformation and you're showing up like this beautiful dragonfly who wants to expand their wings now. So it's kind of like you have this like, I'm getting like a fresh faced, just like somebody who's eager to get going is what I'm feeling. Like you feel like, okay, you know, I've done the work and now I'm ready to really expand, become this elevated self. And you might even be wanting to travel. Okay, I'm kind of getting that with the wings here as well. It's possible for some of you, you're even like, you know what, I've put in a lot of work, literal work on top of healing, and now I just want to enjoy myself. I want to even take a vacation, okay? So it's that kind of vibe coming through. Others of you, you know, it's more like you're going to be fully present now at work or when with others, okay? That's like what I'm seeing with this. But yeah, you know, it's like you're kind of coming across like, okay, so first impression, going back to that, it's like you come across as being like magical. Like someone who has seen a lot, but at the same time, it's like you keep that magic. You keep that spirit within you alive and well is what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm also getting, some of you like to wear turquoise jewelry. And I feel like it looks good, okay? It like stands out on you. For others of you, I think you would look good in turquoise clothes or jewelry, okay? It's just standing out to me with this greenish blue here. As well as like blue and purple. Like the blue, purple, pink, and green are really standing out to me on the dragonfly card. So, you know, those could be some of your favorite colors. Maybe you're kind of playing around, you know, with your clothes, like jewelry. I'm just seeing it. This is like confirmation, like, yes, it looks good on you. Yes, it stands out. You know, first impressions, people, they notice it. They like it, even if you never hear that they do. Okay, so that's interesting. So even though you're coming across kind of like fresh-faced and like, you know, high vibe is what I'm feeling, there's still a part of you that's kind of like got this low-key, I'm kind of going to do my own thing by my own business vibe. And, you know, it's interesting. I'm getting like this dualistic nature going on where it's like on one hand, it's like you want to connect, you want to look people in the eyes. And then on this other hand, I'm seeing like with these people, nobody's looking straight forward. So now I'm getting a little bit of a different vibe. And maybe it depends on your mood in the day, okay? And all of a sudden, I'm just kind of getting somebody who kind of like looks away from people, averts their attention to something that's in front of them. Okay, so sometimes you guys could come across for a first impression like you're not interested in others, like connecting or dating wise even, okay? Kind of like you got something on your mind. Yeah, it's like this whole internal world going on for you. I know that kind of contradicts what I said earlier, so I'm getting both coming through for group one. On one hand, I feel like, you know, with certain first impressions, you do come across like you're just like kind of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, okay? So maybe that's when you're in a good mood. It's kind of like when you're just like, you know, feeling good and being in the present moment and really connecting with others. And then other first impressions, I'm getting that it's almost like you don't want anything to do with people. And it could be maybe you're feeling it, you know, that day. Maybe you're in your feels, maybe you're getting over something still. Okay, it's all part of the healing process. I wouldn't don't judge yourself on that, you know, just allow yourself to be wherever you're at. And it's okay. And those first impressions, you know, maybe you don't lock eyes with people. Maybe you just kind of like look away and are more interested in whatever's in front of you. Okay, that's like the impression I'm getting. And I mean, either way, people are still wondering about you. They're still curious. They actually find you mysterious. So it's kind of a positive spin on people not being sure if you're interested. And this isn't even romantically. This is even like just coworker or, you know, stranger wise, like just upon meeting people. Either way though, you have this like spiritual, magical vibe with you with the dragonfly, okay? So it's almost like you could do no wrong. You know, you could even come across like you're interested in something other than the person in front of you, and they'll still be like intrigued by you, okay? Like, yeah. Like the dragonfly is just kind of off doing its own thing. It might kind of say hey and take notice of you for an instant, but then it kind of goes off and does its own thing. That's kind of like you guys, okay? Upon meeting people, it's kind of like you may acknowledge them for a brief moment and then you're off doing your own thing, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. And we have the Three of Swords reversed. and the Ten of Swords reverse. So I'm actually getting with the Three of Swords that some of you might actually have tattoos, okay? Like, I've never gotten that when looking at this card, but it just hit me. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So you guys might have tattoos that really stand out to people and, you know, they're, again, intrigued by it. I feel like they kind of like tell a story. You guys are like these cryptic storytellers, okay? Like, I feel like you leave people just enough information, whether it's tattoos or what you say or what you do, and it's kind of like people want more. They want to know more. They're really curious about you guys, whether they ever admit that or not. And I'm just getting like, you're off doing your own thing. It's almost like you could care less who takes notice of you, even if you are somewhat, you're obviously curious or you want to be checking this out, but you guys have such a subtle way of like hardly revealing that, okay? Like, it's like you guys act like you don't care though. Okay, and I feel like that's part of the energy that keeps people intrigued with you. You're kind of a little, it's got a little bit of a rebel feel to it, but not like a complete rebel. Just like somebody who's like, I'm doing me, and I don't care what you think, you know? Take it or leave it. With the Ten of Swords reverse, so yeah, you know, with the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, it's like you definitely went through some kind of heartbreak, some kind of hardship, but you're rising above. With the Six of Swords in the middle here, it's like, you know, you're rising above. You're entering this new space where you feel like you can breathe again, and now you can take off like the dragonfly that you are, okay? So it all kind of really depends on where you are in this process as far as like what first impression people get with you. So for some of you, you could be still in this sadness, like deeply. And for others of you, which I'm going to go with is the majority of you, I feel like you're rising above that place now, okay? Like you were there, but now you're rising above it. And now it's kind of like, you know, you're starting to feel like you again. You're starting to want to expand like an elevated version of you. And like I keep saying, like take off like the dragonfly, you know, and really expand yourself and what you're capable of and sharing your own message, you know, as a way to heal others. And I feel like that's like the impression people are getting now is like the inspired you, group one. We also have my go-getter but playful. So I do feel like people can sense with you guys that there is this drive. There is that fiery, passionate, animated self that you bring, you know, with you wherever you go. But what's interesting is normally I get more red showing up for you guys, like a very fiery energy. But with this reading, it's very dominated for me by the green that's showing up. So it's saying that you're starting to open your heart. You're starting to come more from the heart now. You still have that fiery nature to you, okay? There's still that little bit of red here, which represents that. But, so, you know, people know you're driven. But I love the driven but playful, okay? Like, you still have that playful, feisty you, no matter, like, what you're doing, okay? You can be as ambitious as you guys want to be, but you will always have that playful spin with it, okay? That dose of you, basically. And currently, you guys have the I can't even, and with that, I'm really getting, like, you want no part of drama right now. You want a very, like, drama-free life, and I feel like that's kind of, like, even with these cards, you know, not facing forward, it's kind of like you've got this energy where it's kind of like the minute you sense drama, you're out of there. No matter who the person is, it's like you won't hesitate to cut them out. You know what I mean? Or you're not going to deal with it. Like this person either needs to get their act together with you or like you're out, you know? That's like the vibe you guys have right now. Okay, we also have my Nomad card that came out. So, and that you guys like movement. So it's possible for some of you, you guys might be athletes, okay? Or, you know, you are in shape and kind of have like an athlete build to you. So, you know, people, they see that as a first impression. Okay, this person likes to stay in shape. But I feel like for some of you, you're kind of like a naturally like in shape person. But I am getting though some kind of physical movement or like bodybuilding or, you know, working out for this group. So, you know, it shows is what I'm saying in your first impression. For some of you, okay, I'm getting kind of like this movement vibe, like a literal move. So it's possible maybe you're like the new person in whatever area that you live in now, okay? Like I'm getting that kind of vibe for you guys. So, you know, it's kind of like people don't know who you are and they want to get to know you because you're this new person. You know, could be at work, could be in your neighborhood, could be both. But upon first meeting you, you know, people, they see you as being a catch. So I feel like, you know, you have people crushing on you even the first time they meet you, group one. Okay, so all right, so upon meeting you guys, like you do come across like a Virgo, and we have my Dolphin card here. So that really also, you know, confirms the go-getter but playful with the Virgo type of energy, okay? You can be very business-like, no nonsense. When you do things, you do it thoroughly. You don't cut corners, like you want things done right. And, you know, there's this integrity about you, I feel, that people get right away when they meet you. But it's kind of like, but the more they get to know you, okay, they see past this ambitious business-like side to you and they see, oh, wow, you can be really fun, chill, laid back, and playful, as well as feisty. Okay, so that's like a little bit more down the line. Some of you might actually kind of show both sides right away, you know, that you can be very ambitious, driven, go-getter, but then you kind of like add this bit of charm with it, I feel, and kind of make things fun, even if it's like work, you know. Okay, group number one, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number two. Okay, so what first impression are you giving off lately? Okay, group two. So we start off bold. You guys got the Lion. So your first impression with people is like fierce lately, okay? And I was like, ooh, okay, interesting. A lot of the times I get like a sweet vibe for you guys. Not that you can't be fierce, but no, you guys are coming through like your first impression with people is, it's fierce, okay? Like the lion is the king of the jungle. So you guys are coming across like the king or the queen that you are, okay? Like you've got your crown on and nobody's taking it off. It's like you know who you are and you're owning it, okay? You're really stepping up and stepping out, okay? Like, woo, group two. It's like you have discovered your power and you just are owning it now, okay? Like, it's just a very bold, powerful vibe coming through for you guys. And I feel like a lot of you are thinking this was long overdue, okay? Like I am stepping into my power and I'm not letting it go, okay? And you might fluctuate here and there, but overall, your first impression is that of this lion, okay? Okay, so let's read the line real quick just to get an idea even more so into this vibe. So it says, Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Okay, so along with the lion, I feel like, yeah, there's like this new boldness, this new courageousness that you guys are really tapping into. And along with that, you know, like a newfound confidence. I feel like you're really like looking in people's eyes now when you speak with them, okay? And just being fully present in the moment. And it's like, it's intense, okay? And I feel like some people are actually intimidated when they first meet you guys, okay? It's very boss-like vibes. And also, I feel like some of you, group two, you know, want your own business, so you're venturing into that. Like, you want the side hustle to be a main business, and, you know, you're really working on that, and I just want to say that's amazing. Like, keep it up, okay? If that's where your heart wants you to go, awesome, you know? Because I'm definitely getting, like, a literal boss vibes, okay? So some of you are working on your own business or are a boss, and others of you, it's like you're carrying these boss-like vibes with you now whenever you meet people, okay? So that's amazing. All right, so let's take a look further. Okay, so instantly, you know, what I'm seeing here is like a bunch of purple coming through. This magenta pink as well as purple. So with purple, I'm getting definite, like, it's like your third eye, your crown chakra, all that is being activated lately. So it's like, you know, you might be receiving like messages, downloads, all that, like knowings, maybe you dream things and it happens, okay, like premonitions. I just feel like your spirituality is being taken to a whole new level on top of you guys coming across like a boss, okay? So that's amazing, group 2. And okay, so going back to the stare even, it's kind of like people know, like you guys have this no-nonsense attitude and energy with you, and I feel like they know that you guys can detect like when somebody's being truthful or not, okay? And it's like you want nothing to do with people who are not speaking their truth, basically. Okay, so it's like you're able to read people. You're able to see through them, basically. So it's like, I feel like on some level, people know this, okay? It might not be conscious, or it could be, but it's kind of like people just know with you. Like somehow they feel like, wow, like how did this person know this about me? You know? So yeah, group 2, if you're doubting this, like I'm telling you, no, you're right on. You like when things come to you. So trust your intuition, trust what comes to you. I feel like, okay, so on top of like this new bold king queen energy, it's like you guys are starting to make connections with people. Okay, with the 3 of Cups here, I feel like, you know, you're really starting to branch out and like meet people, connect with people. And if you're not doing this yet, I feel like you will be. Okay, I'm just getting like this like new, like you're feeling good. So it's like you're extending yourself now. You know, you're making connections, you're making friendships, you're talking more to people. Whereas maybe before you were in a bit more of a hermit healing mode. Okay, but now it's like you're stepping out and you've got this bold new energy. So people feel like instantly like you're like a friend. Okay, like, and along with that, I feel like going back to the stare, okay, that seems to be a central theme. I feel like, you know, it's kind of like people feel like, wow, like you really see them is what I'm getting, you know, and with the 6 of Cups, it's like you elicit this feeling like people feel like they've known you their whole life, okay? So they feel at home in your presence, and this is friendships as well as, you know, possible potential romantic potentials, you know, like, so I feel like people are like starting to instantly crush on you when they first meet you as well. Yeah, because it's like they feel like you see their soul, okay? Like that's what I'm getting. You're really looking into people's eyes lately. And it's forming these instant connections. And like I said, like people feel like they've known you their whole life. And they feel like, wow, instantly connected, instantly crushing on you. The other thing I'm getting with Temperance, and also he's got this stare as well, so it's very intense, very magnetic. Okay, so people are like magnetically drawn to you, group 2. Like they're gonna instantly, I feel like, be into you and not even know why. But this is why. It's like, you know, this new energy, this locking, you know, looking and locking into people's eyes type thing that you've got going on. It's just like everything about it makes you magnetic is what I'm seeing with that. Yeah, we even have, okay, my eyes model like stairs. So going back to the stare, it's kind of like, you know, on top of it, people, they find your eyes to be attractive. Like they're captivating. People want to look into your eyes. Okay, so like as soon as like you give somebody this look, they feel like they're chosen by you, okay? Makes them feel special. But yeah, you guys also have this model like look to you as well, is what I'm getting with that. Okay, and then we have my speaker card. So it's possible some of you actually speak for a living, okay? But either way, what I'm getting with the first impression is that people love to hear you guys talk. Like, okay, so I feel like people love your voice, okay? There's something about it that just, it's like ASMR to the ears for people, okay? So yeah, they just want to listen to you speak is what I'm getting. And I feel like you guys are really good communicators. So, you know, whether you speak for a living or not, it's kind of like it's coming through that you have a gift with speaking, okay? And yeah, like people are magnetically drawn to your eyes, to your voice, okay? And your first impression's great. And then we have my You're Really Lovely Underneath It All card, which tells me that, you know, okay, so like I said, like that first impression is that you guys can come across as being kind of fierce and it can be intimidating to some people. But either way, they're like intrigued because you're like this bold whirlwind of energy. I actually like the lyrics that came to me when you guys walk into a room is like the Scorpions. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Okay, like you just like walk into a room and it's like this whirlwind of energy where, you know, everybody kind of like all of a sudden looks over at you and you're just like, you know, just kind of doing your thing. But anyway, so yeah, so what people, you know, so they are definitely attracted to you. They're intrigued by your bold presence. And some people are intimidated, okay, but mostly intrigued is what I'm getting. And the more they get to know you and start talking to you, they realize, wow, like you've got a heart, you're genuine, you're caring, you're friendly, okay? So it's like you're this like perfect combination, which is what I get with Temperance, okay? Where you've got that fierce with a heart, okay? That's you guys. King, queen vibes, but with a heart, you know? So yeah, it's like the more people get to know you, the more they fall for you because they were already like intrigued by the first impression, you know? And with this card, you know, it's interesting because I feel like just when people think they've got you pegged as being a certain way, it's like you go or do something that just like shows them another layer of you, basically. Like you guys have so much depth to you, okay? And I just feel like people, it's like an adventure exploring you, okay? Like that's like what's coming through, like as far as like getting to know you goes. Because you guys, you can go deep, okay? So it's almost like you show people that there is way more than meets the eye. I mean, what meets the eye is great, but it's like you guys, you just have so much depth to you, okay? And it's like you're looking for that. I'm also getting the vibe that you guys are looking for that. You want friendships. You want a partner who like matches that depth, okay? Who appreciates the depth, recognizes it, and also has that depth to them. Yeah, in fact, that's also what's coming through as far as this goes. Okay, so we also have the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles here. And what I'm getting with that is like this feeling of, it's kind of like, okay, so instantly when I saw this, I was like, all right, so you guys are coming out with the vibe of I am single and I'm ready to mingle, which is different for you because like I said, like I was getting like this hermit healing mode vibe for you guys in the past, but now it's like there's this new bold energy. There's this new like I'm taking the reins and I am guiding my life into the direction that I want it to go, and it would be nice to have that person who would be my elevated match, okay? And but you don't want just anyone, and you don't want the first person that starts to give you attention and, you know, start talking to you. I feel like you guys get hit up a lot, but it's kind of like you just kind of like sift through the messages, and it's like, so one minute, you know, they think, oh, you're interested, and then the next minute you guys say or do something or don't say or do anything. And it kind of makes this, you know, people feel like, oh, I guess they're not interested. And it's kind of like, no, you know, because you're intuitive and you want your match. And a lot of these people that hit you up, you just feel like they're not it. Okay, so it's like overall people kind of get this like, you're hard to get vibe. Okay. And I feel like group 2, you're going to be like, yeah, I am, you know, like I've got my crown. Now it's time to find my match. You know what I mean? Like you're not just, you guys, you kind of have this vibe like, I don't want to have to kiss a bunch of frogs in order to find my prince, okay? Or princess, okay? But it's like you're ready though. And that's the vibe you're putting out now. Okay, with the 6 here, Pentacles as well as the Lovers, okay? You want your counterpart, you want that match. You know, both are 6s that represent like this balance of give and take. You do not want to be too much of the giver or the taker, okay? I feel that. You feel like, all right, where's my person, you know? I do feel like there is somebody who will match that and you will know it, okay? It's just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then, okay, my Pisces card came out. So, you know, that just, again, represents you're really lovely underneath it all. It's like the more people get to know you guys, the more they realize, oh, you're not this scary lion. You are actually like fierce with the heart. You have, you know, so much creativity and wisdom and intuition and, like I said, like depth to you that, you know, I also feel like there's this artisticness to you guys as well that people get to realize. They get to know that the more they get to know you. But yeah, again, I just feel like, you know, you guys, you don't want to settle. Okay, put it that way. You want your match. You want your elevated match. Someone who appreciates your depth is what I'm getting. So first impression wise, it's kind of like, I feel like, you know, people kind of try to feel your vibe out, especially those who are interested in you romantically. And I feel like, you know, you're just kind of like, you're kind of mysterious in that way, okay? Like you don't reveal, or maybe, no, okay. You're mysterious in like how you feel about them, but as far as like what you want in a person, I feel like you're vocal about that. But yeah, group number 2. Okay, so this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. And if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so what first impression are you giving off lately? Okay, group number 3. So this is like such a different vibe for you guys. Okay, so I feel like often when I've tapped into my group 3s, like you guys have kind of wanted to keep things low, okay, but you're coming across lately like the peacock, okay? So you are doing the exact opposite, okay? Whether you're trying or not, it's like you are standing out, big and bold, okay? Big, bold, and beautiful, basically, like a peacock. Okay, so with the peacock, it says vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Well, that is exactly what's coming through to me that you guys are doing lately. It is like you guys are, you recognize your brilliance. You recognize your attractiveness. And it's like you are stepping up and stepping out into the world boldly. Kind of like, here I am. And people are taking notice, okay? So, yeah. I feel like group 3, you guys have gone through some kind of a glow up. Even if you haven't, weren't trying, it's just kind of like, whoa. Like, a definite, like a newness. Like you've been reborn type feeling, okay? You are stepping into your brilliance and now you're showing up like wow, super vibrant to people, okay? Your energy, your aura, the way you look. Okay, so let's take a look at more cards to get even a glimpse further into this. Okay, so there's a lot of greens and blues here. So it's kind of like, you know, you guys are starting to open up your hearts. So you're coming from the heart more. With blue, I always get like, you know, you're finding your truth. You're speaking your truth, like the throat chakra. And it's just kind of like, you know, I'm just getting, like it says, like you were born to inspire. So it's kind of like you're taking what you've learned and the wisdom you've gained through your experiences, and I feel like you're inspiring others now. So it could be for some, you know, their first impression of you is, it could be you're on social media and you're speaking your truth. You're sharing a message to the world about whatever it is that you've gone through, you know, in your own unique way. I feel like you're sharing some kind of a message that inspires people. So it's like their first impression of you is one that's inspired. Okay, and whether, this is a social media thing or not, it could be you in person. It maybe, it's what you do for a living, is you speak and you share your message. I'm kind of getting like different things with that, but man, okay, so I'm feeling like a lot of people are inspired by you though, group 3. And if not, they will be. Like, it feels like that's the direction you're going in. Okay, so what's interesting is I get 3 totally different versions of you by each of these cards that I look at. So the song that hit me in regards to that is Bittersweet Symphonies, is that lyric that goes, I'm a million different people from one day to the next. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like, it's kind of like you guys, first of all, you come across like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like, you guys have really good work ethic, okay? Like, we're leading this trio with the Queen of Pentacles here. So you definitely have this, like, sometimes you can come across very business-like, okay? Very matter of fact, very no nonsense and business. Like a professional, and whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you're working on. You just have this vibe, like if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it and do it right and maybe even better than everybody else, And that's not even to be cocky. That's just like how you are, okay? I feel like you guys are very skilled in that way, okay? So it's like you come across like an expert in something or maybe a bunch of different things. Like I always get kind of this some of you, okay, come across like you're definitely like, you're very knowledgeable. You just be spitting facts, basically, when you talk to people. Like if it gets to that point, I'm kind of getting like professor vibes for you guys. Like I just feel like there's something about researching whatever it is that you guys are into, and it's like you go all the way with it. Like when something intrigues you, or it could be what you do for a living, it's like, you'll research it. You like mentally stimulating things. And then I feel like, if the first impression or first time meeting people goes there, like you will go there with them, and explain things and really talk about the topic that you're into and in depth with it. So yeah, I see it like first impression, you guys, you're hardworking. You've got great work ethic. You're a very, I mean what I say and I do what I say I'm going to. Like you follow through with things and, it's like you're somebody people can trust. They can trust your word. You're very knowledgeable. I feel like you can teach people pretty well too. So that's like initially, but you also have this world of emotion as well with the 5 of Cups here. I feel like you're very in tune with emotions. So it's kind of like you're more sensitive than you let on. So I'm not necessarily sure that people get that upon meeting you. I feel like that's when they get to know you. Because really the face you show the world, so the first impression is more so like this kind of a poker face, like she has. Like even if you're feeling this world of emotion, I don't feel like you guys will admit it. And, it's kind of like you heal in private, basically. You know what I mean? Like you don't really broadcast that to the world. You'll reveal it to maybe those that you trust, like what's really going on in your life and how you're doing. But as far as like first impressions go, they don't have a clue. Okay? You're very businesslike. You're very like professional. You're very like I'm the boss of my own world type. You actually kind of come across as the opposite, like nothing phases you. Group 3. Some of you might even like use humor as a way to lighten the mood, lighten a situation, lighten the heaviness. And I do feel like that humor can be very healing for yourself and others. And then, like I said, like those that you feel like comfortable with, I feel like you will open up to and share about whatever's going on. And with the Seven of Cups here, okay, so people do instantly they see you and they feel like many people want you. Yeah, that's definitely projected onto you, group 3, that people feel like a lot of people want you. You get hit up a lot. And that you can afford to be choosy because, you're seen to be a catch. For some of you, I'm actually getting some people will think you're a player or non-committal. That kind of like you have this vibe of like, I don't want to commit right now. Whether or not that's true, that's like the first impression that I'm getting here. I actually am getting that those who are crushing on you, who have only met you like either like a few times or it's like a newer connection, I feel like they're kind of like dreaming about you. Like, what would it be like to be with that person? And would they choose me? That's like, yeah, that's what's coming through, group 3. Okay, so this is interesting. So we have my cell phone card here. So I feel like, sometimes when you guys are around people and you're kind of like, or you're like in line waiting somewhere, instead of engaging in conversation with people or looking at them, you'll just like turn to your phone. So they feel like you're not interested in them. Yeah. I mean, and that's pretty universal, right? Like checking out our phones when we're in public or in a situation we find awkward or like waiting in line. Yeah, so especially if you're more on the introverted side, I definitely see you kind of like checking out your phone to avoid people. But you capture their attention either way, okay? You're like this attractive person who is doing their own thing. And, people are intrigued by that. That's the other thing. That you guys do come across with this vibe of like you live in a world of your own and you keep a lot to yourself. But either way, it's like you're kind of doing your own thing, like always like engaged in something. Whether it's something on your phone or something in front of you. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of get the impression that for some of you, you would rather work on something than talk to people, okay? That kind of thing. But as far as the whole, like, keep a lot to yourselves, that's kind of like what we already said. Like, those that you feel comfortable with are those that you would share about what's going on. Then we have my so basic and sophisticated card. Okay, so, like, with the basic card, what comes to me about that just means like you guys are trendy, okay? So some of you might like name brand stuff and others of you, I feel like, you don't. So it's interesting that that's coming through. So you'll know which you are. But either way, it's kind of like you guys, something about your style and what you wear is coming through that comes across as either being sophisticated or classy or, well put together. But I don't feel like you guys necessarily try. Like it's got this feeling of like you just intuitively put something together that maybe not a lot of people would or something, but like it looks great, okay? Or you kind of have this simplistic style, but it looks good, okay? It's like you guys make it. And for others of you, I do get the impression you're going to be like, no, I do consciously put together my outfit and I do try, but doesn't matter. You guys come across like you would basically look good in anything. And, just something about you. Like you can make simple outfits look classy is what I'm getting at with this. Or look good. Like you could wear a t-shirt, for instance, and for some reason, the way that you do or just you being you, it makes it look like good. There's also a part of you guys that does come across as being a bit like a rebel, okay? But what I mostly get with that is just you guys kind of have this whole like, I'm going to do things my way, so it's more like you're being true to yourself. and you know, you kind of put your own unique spin on things. So again, we could be going back to like hair, makeup, clothes, okay? Like something, you just add your own unique spin on whatever it is that people like. I also get this group likes to wear black, okay? It's like your signature color, your signature look. We have dreams. So with that, okay, so this is interesting. I actually got this song, You're Beautiful, came to my mind by James Blunt. So it's like that lyric in particular. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. Okay, so it's kind of like strangers that see you guys in a crowded place, like you just like, this image of you just stays in their mind when they see you, and they're just like, wow, like you are a dream girl or guy to them. And it's like, it's an awesome experience because it just strikes them as being like, oh, like this person, wow, you know? But it's also like sad because they feel like, oh man, I'm never going to see this person again. And I really wish, you know, that something could have happened between us. It's just got this feeling of, so even people that you haven't met that have seen you in a crowded place or a place before, a public place, like they kind of like project onto you that you are their dream girl or guy, and they wish, you know, like you two could strike up a conversation and talk and go on a date or something. But it's like it doesn't end up happening, okay? So maybe you never end up speaking to each other. They just saw you from afar. But like the image of you stays in their mind, like that what if, like what would it have been like? Would we have clicked? You know, could we have been something amazing? Yeah, group 3, okay, so it's interesting. We have my Just Smile card. So with that, I feel like there's something about you guys when you are fully in the moment and you are wanting to engage and connect with people, that it just leaves this lasting impression on them. Again, even if they never see you again. And something in particular is coming through about your guys' smile. It just lights up your face. It's contagious. It makes the people that you meet, okay, like light up. And I just feel like for an instant, you make everybody feel like everything is okay in their world, you know? And I just get this ease and this like, you ignite this aliveness in people. And again, like kind of like going back to the dreams thing, it's like, you know, you guys leave such a powerful first impression when you do see people, look them in the eye and speak to them, no matter how short-lived, no matter if they see you again, it's like it leaves a positive impression on them, okay? Like something in them shifts, I feel, and they want to become this peacock-like self, okay? So yeah, so it's kind of like I get this impression that you guys, you are attractive. You do have this brilliance about you, okay, when you do speak. And you do have this way about you where you make like the moment. It's like you tune people into what matters most, which is like being present in the moment. And that's powerful. Like you guys are definitely, I get the impression, especially with this card, like you can tend to possibly overthink. Okay, you're intelligent, you have air sign vibes with that. But I feel like you're coming to realize though, through tapping into the peacock spirit, that the most powerful place that you can be in is in the moment, like fully present in the moment. And then it's like, you know, then you have the opportunity to come from inspiration. And like your intuition and your innate wisdom, okay, which is way more powerful than just these recycled thoughts that hate your mind. So it's like when you tap into that, it's like you activate that in others, and then they're left realizing, you know, the power of the present moment, the wisdom that can come to them then, as well as like enjoying life. You know what I mean? Like we don't enjoy it when we're caught up in thoughts, but we do enjoy it when we're in the present moment, fully being who we are, you know? So yeah, that's like the impression that I'm getting. Like all in all though, you guys do come across like you're doing you right now, and you know, that's great. I do feel like there's a slow moving energy as far as anything popping off between you and anybody else romantically, even friendship wise right now. It's kind of like you kind of just have this like, people are kind of at bay right now. You're very focused on yourself and whatever it is that you're working on or work, you know. But at the same time though, you know, it's kind of like you do bring that celebratory vibe to people when they meet you, though, and they do want more, okay? They want more of this. So you're very magnetic. And I feel like, you know, when the time is right, I do feel like this Knight of Pentacles is going to change to a faster moving sign. And you will take off with somebody else, you know, like romantically. But as of right now, it's kind of like you're just having fun being in this peacock spirit, you know, and just living life to the fullest and enjoying people's company, you know, no matter how short-lived is the impression I'm getting right now. So very magnetic vibe, group 3. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye guys.